these to 50. Yeah, I'm getting a way different number here. So I'm getting 23. So base level. Oh, base level factor, right? So it's all just in there. So 175, 1.25, and then this number here. So what do we put over here? 175 times 50 times 1.2. So that's coming out to a weird number. So JavaScript power. PAL, okay. Invalid JavaScript. Math.pal. There's always a math somewhere in there. Okay, here we go. Perfect. And then let's see if that works. Aha. Okay. So 23,267 looks a lot more close to what was in here. 23,628. Yes, that over here it got rounded up. So that's exactly what we want. So we want to do eval form. Perfect. So back over here, we need to add one more field. We need one more, and then we need another one more, and then we need a third one more. Level underscore. So it would be nice to calculate it in here and store it here instead of calculating it in the window because of reasons. XP2 next level equals 0 for 1 for starters here. So we're just initializing it there, and then we'll need to add the list underscore XP2 next level equals 0 equals wep exp tnl to XP2 next level. To next level, okay. And then up here, after we load the level bonuses, this dot underscore XP2 next level equals now. So on this, what we should do is say this dot underscore level plus 1. So the current level plus 1. Obviously, this has to be math.pal. Okay. And eval this dot underscore. Now the reason you do this for is that once we load this into here, this formula to evaluate, it's going to automatically fill this dot underscore level with the level from the weapon. So since our weapon level is 1, as set down here somewhere. Oh, weapon level as level level. We're going to add 1 to it, and so we're going to say the next level, so 2. So this dot level. Or no, we just say eval this dot underscore exp form. Apply. Okay. this. Reopen it. Okay. So I want to make sure that we are getting the correct value for that. Up here. So let's put a breakpoint there and before it. Or not there. Up here. Okay. Or delete all. Crap. No, it's undefined still. Okay. It did not seem to work. So, oh, crap. That's not what I wanted to do. Delete. Add. Alright, EXP29. Oh no, here we go. XP attacks levels 416. And for level 2, perfect. Awesome, it did work. Never mind. Never mind, it did work. It just didn't show up for some reason down there. Which is perfectly fine. Just gonna delete all breakpoints. Alright, we'll remove them all. Continue. Now, let's take a departure from that for a second. Let's come back over to our window stuff, scene stuff. So now, we need to go ahead and create the next set of windows. So, let's take a look first at the command window we have set up down here. I think we're just passing the command back. Selection, so you'd pull out the selection, yeah. After the OK is processed for the action pane. Similar to how we did it with the bank. So if we come back up here to on act select, whip at select. So there, selection equals this dot underscore whip act window dot get selection, which I'll probably need to create. No, sorry, never mind. I thought ahead that time. So we have our selection, which is going to be a string that'll store the name of the command that we chose. Now we went too far. Alright, so if selection equals level up, do something else. If selection equals refine, do something else. If selection synthesize, do stuff, else if selection is repair, do other stuff, and then finally else if selection then do the last stuff. Alright, so we're going to start on the level up stuff though. So, for level up, we need to. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hide the action pane. So this dot underscore wep action act pane window, I guess, dot hide, and also deactivate. First, I guess we should probably create the this dot create level window. So scene bank or scene blacksmith. Yeah, let's just do something for scene bank and the weapon advanced weapon plugin. That sounds like it's a valid thing to do. Create level up window equals function. Ah, come on, space work. All right, let's put the up in level up window. Okay, so first, basically what I want to do is if we open this up here, so we're gonna select level up. And then what we're going to do is this is going to go away, and we're just going to have a we're going to have a window here that'll stretch down, maybe down to here. Actually, it'll stretch the entire length here. And what we'll have in there, and the reason for that is because we're going to have a whole bunch of stuff over here potentially. So it's going to show you the cost. So it'll say requirements up here. And then we'll have gold, and then a value. We'll have, well, yeah. The problem here is that this is not a lot of space. And we have some space here to move things. So maybe if we wanted to move things over a little bit, we could do that because we do have a little bit of space here for this. But let's go ahead and build it and see how it looks first, and then we can deal with it. And then at the bottom we'll have a a selection thing that'll be OK or cancel. The reason that we still need this up though is because crap. What's going to happen is I just hit the cancel button by mistake. Right click. What's going to happen is we're going to show changes to parameters. So, for example, we're going to show, okay, this is going to go up by so much. Or we're going to add this trait over here, or we're going to upgrade the trait value. Or we're going to increase the durability. So, we're going to be showing things over here. So what if we only showed... because if we look at this, we have all this space here. I'm just wondering if we can... But even if we move this down... we can't really move this down far enough to pull this over enough. So what if... I was trying to think of what we can do with this to make this work. So I was thinking maybe, okay, maybe we could take this window out and have different, have like a window for traits and a window for parameters. But there's so many parameters you couldn't do a window here in this amount of space. That's why we had to put them all in lines like this to show everything. Traits needs to get pushed over a little bit more. And also when we start adding things into here, how's that going to affect this in terms of pushing it over? So I think what we'll do is we'll build this list on the fly and only put in parameters that are being upgraded and the amount they're being upgraded by. We won't show what the previous value was. So we'll still have this up here. We'll still have this here, and we'll still have this here, but we'll be updating values. So we will have to do some changes to this. That's fine. Again, this is gonna be one of the most crazy, complicated things that I've done so far, because all the plugins I've done so far, there's been no changes to the scene windows once they've been created. Like for example, this one gets expanded, and we put all this stuff in it on the after we select the weapon. I've never done that before on anything, and on this one now we're going to be building things dynamically, and it's all kinds of interesting, crazy stuff. So first thing we do is create the level up window. What we want to do then is have it be the length of the But the thing in here, you see how small these are. This is the problem I'm running into with this, is that what I want to do is like show a value of gold that it is. Like, so gold, then the value. There's not enough room for that. Maybe we just say G, and then the value. And then any required items. So for now, it's just going to be gold. For items and things like that, there'll be a we can add a so yeah, maybe we can add, well, we'll do that later, but we can update the plugin tag to have an item requirement and a gold requirement. Well, let's see, will be item, so required items, and then we can have a couple formulas to create the actual amount of items in gold to process for each level. But for now, we're just going to do a hard-coded thing in here for the gold. So okay, so create level up window. We'll want to pull the information from the weapon stat window. So do we have, I guess, well, let me see how we, so the action pane. So we just copy this, I guess, down here. We don't need to do anything crazy with it. Then this dot underscore level up window equals new window underscore level up. And then we'll pass through our width, height, x, and y. Then this dot underscore or this dot set, this dot underscore level up window dot set handler. Okay. This dot underscore, this dot on level on this level up. Okay. Dot bind this. And then same thing except cancel. And we're in the wrong one. Okay. Then this dot add window Vista underscore level up window. Alright, now need to hide the action window. Then we need to call this done underscore web stat window. Dot refresh. So we need to add another boolean. So false, true. Actually, we'll need to add probably a few more. So for each one of these, we're gonna have a different. Well, let's see. Refine. Yeah, that would be different. So they're all gonna be different. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 booleans. More booleans. False. False. So here's what these are for. So the first one turns on or off this version of it. If it's false, it's going to show the initial shorter version with just this information. If we have true here, it's going to show it's going to show the version of this for the level up screen, which is basically just going to have the stuff for leveling up. So in other words, it's going to show you the increase on the level. It's going to show you the increase in the durability if there is any, and then the increase in any of the parameters if there is any. It's going to show new traits if there are any, or updates to existing traits if there are any traits that exist already that we're updating. So that's the other thing on the traits tag for this. If you create a tag entry for a trait that you've already added to the weapon, so like for example, we added bleeding, which is 13, I think I said. So, or 11, I think it said. So if we put in this as 11, what would then happen is we would say, okay, or 13. I think it's 13. No, it is 11. I was right. 11. So if we set this as 11, what will happen is, since the trait already exists on the weapon, we're just going to add 0.15 to the chance of it happening. So instead of being 35%, it's going to be 45%. When we display this on the level up screen. And if it's not there, then it'll create the trait with this value. So what is 4? 4 and what's the other one? 5? So 4 is poison, 5 is blind. So we have all of them there. Oh no, we don't have blind. So it'll add blind with a value value of 0.41, so 41% chance of happening. And then this one will load up the refine window, this one will load up the synthesize window, and this one will load up the repair window. So I just want to go modify all the refreshes that we have here. So it's 5 parameters now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 5. So let's go down to the refresh of the status window. So we can get rid of this now because we're done with, we actually have it made now, so I don't need that example. And let's also go ahead and put in the actual values here. So we'll see a bunch of zeros in there because there should be a lot of zeros. Most of these will be zeros actually because you can't set them in the weapon database. Most of these can only be modified through through using the parameter trait. Plus, we'll get an actual look at how this actually gets spaced out when we're doing this properly. Not properly, but when everything actually has the actual values that they have. So I'll get a better idea of how the spacing looks. For reals. For realsy. First, we gotta take out all this extraneous crap that we put in here that we don't need now. And uncomment the stuff we do need. Okay. Assuming there's no issues over here, that should all be fine. Now, we need to go up to the refresh. And we need to add in a bunch more of these. So, B is level up. B is refine. B is synth. B is repair. Actually, we need to turn this to an else if. And actually what we should do is this. Change this. Push this up here. Pull this out of here. Make this back to an else. And then if it's none of that, then do this. That's probably the better way to do it. B is level up. And we'll call this dot level up info. Else if B is refine. This dot ref info. Else if B is synth. This dot synth info. Else if B is repair. This dot repair info. And then the else. And actually we can do these all on one line. Okay. A little few too many spaces there. Okay, so there's that. Basic info, expanded info. So here's what we're going to do now. We definitely need to do some refactoring already with this because we're going to need to use this same window, the expanded window, for other things. Similar version of it for other things. So. What we should do now is, it's going to get kind of messy, but we'll need to do this. Where is weapon stat initialize? Here we go. So, first of all,